Now they place this, eh?
Yes, now they place this number 6.
The project Sierra Leone on the Main, it's a very, very important project to young people of my type, a filmmaker, an emerging filmmaker with the love and spirit of making a change in my country. Sierra Leone on the Main. It's very, very important, and it was timely. The last 2 years, Sierra Leone has been attacked by Ebola virus, and this Ebola virus devastated the entire country, and it left people hopeless, killed many people. Up to over 2,000 to 3,000 people died of this Ebola in Sierra Leone. When the Ebola outbreak came, it transformed everything to standstill. People of Sierra Leone never knew where to start because the outbreak is totally new to us. We've never experienced such an outbreak before now.
It was so sorrowful. Things were just not normal. They were not normal. A whole lot of course, children stopped going to school, and a whole lot of restrictions were given to people, and it gave us the sense that it's something that is really serious.
I lost up to 3 of my friends that we were college mates, and the other one, he was a filmmaker, and we were unable to even see his corpse because when you died of Ebola, you are taken from the hospital, from the treatment center, direct to the cemetery. No practice of or culture going to the church or to the mosque to pray on the corpse before you deposit the corpse at the cemetery.
Peace I live with you. My peace I give to you. I do not give you.
The 7th of November, it was officially declared by WHO that the country is Ebola free, which of course made so many people became happy, and some they were partially happy because they lost their families, friends, and they were dislocated. Many people have lost their jobs. It looked to the area of the private sectors, investors that were in the country that were employing lots of young people. They've now closed their business. They've traveled out of the country.
There are a whole lot of children that have no one to care for them right now. Could you imagine what the future holds for kids like that? So even though it's officially over, but it's still affecting people. Yeah, that I could say.
You don't break me out today, and you go make a cry tomorrow. Then you go kiss me pain away, but you don't feel me life for sorrow.
I looked at Sierra Leone on the Main from the perspective that us filmmakers, how we will use our movies to mend or to heal Sierra Leone. That was Sierra Leone on the Main for me.
Break me out today, and you go make a cry tomorrow. Then you go kiss me pain away, but you don't feel me like.
We learned a whole lot how to produce movies, short films, fictional films. We learned a whole lot about that: screenwriting, editing, directing, producing. I think it was a whole package of film production.
So I start the scene with the total shot, and now I say, what? Smack out.
I don't know whether I should put it in the scene.
You can just write one part here.
Action! What makes it so interesting is that combining filmmaking skills, script writing, story development, camera operation, and editing, and media for peace. My God, that was so perfect. It's perfect because it helps me to develop the principle of open dialogue between myself and the people I make my film on.
Analyze a conflict and then come up with an ending which really makes people want to change their attitude. But don't forget, media for peace means you do that through your media production.
Sierra Leone on the Main, as a filmmaking workshop, it was timely and it has made a difference in my life.
The most interesting part for me was screenwriting. I loved that part really, and because it got me to realize that it's not really easy. It's not easy writing a play, a movie, whether it's documentary or fictional. It takes time. It has a whole lot of techniques. That was what caught my attention, what I loved most about the workshop.
With Sierra Leone on the mend, I can now train people with the knowledge I've acquired from producing the film documentary, with the knowledge I've acquired in this social interaction. I am now willing, ready, prepared to pass on the knowledge to other willing young people.
Police said they go inside.
Yes.
Okay, so I believe say one person can just say we don't have a cartoon now. One person get the line say it was my first time of really directing a movie, but at the end of the day, I felt good doing it, and the actors that we got on board were very cooperative. Cut. Now you voice the kind, I don't know, so you don't see them because now.
Okay, now go. Brian, go behind back.
They didn't look at me like because I was a new person and they should all listen. At the end of the day, I got a whole lot of compliments that I will make a very good director. So her problem was like when we wanted to do the night scenes, some people want to go home. You have to be so skillful in asking them or pleading with them to give you more time. There is no power. We have to wait till we have electricity because we cannot shoot without the lights. I think that's... yeah.
The production of the team I belong to was kind of little bit hectic, but we were able to cope with the situation on the ground. When I mean on the location, when you point the camera on them, they'll be thinking that you are pointing a weapon on them, so they'll be frightened, thinking that you're doing something harmful to them. That was the most difficult part. But at the end of the day, we were able to counter that and salvage the situation. And one interesting thing, we compensated the protagonist, but after which, we were surprised for him to provide food for us at the end of the day. He provided food for us as him appreciating us as being friendly to the people in his community and to him. That was so interesting. What these people that will be watching these movies will grasp from these movies is that you will realize that people died of Ebola due to ignorance. People died of Ebola because they lack the knowledge of preventing the virus or protecting themselves from the virus.
The movies have a whole lot of story and they will create a whole lot of good impact in this country. Or it could be other countries that suffer from Ebola too. Because I believe people will really learn a whole lot and people will connect to the stories.
And you will also feel that there are people, they are of need right now in our country. You will see the evidence of it in the movies. Many people will be thinking that after Ebola, the country will remain to its normal structure, its normal shape. It's a lie. If you want to prove me right, watch these movies. Watch the fictional movies, watch the documentaries. You will see that Sierra Leone right now needs help more than ever.